What is going on, everybody? Welcome in to another episode of the DGD podcast. As always, I'm Robert Reynolds. That's Keon. Keon, second game, Austin Peay official preview. We've got a game Saturday in Athens. We're going to talk it up a little bit. Obviously, it's 3-and-out night, and we've got our game day picks for week 2. First things first, let's jump straight into it, Keon. Let's get started. Austin Peay, do you think that this matchup is some of the same that we saw in week 1? Or do you think there's some differences there that we can see? I'm going to let you take it away. First things first, what are your thoughts ahead of this matchup?
Well, they just beat Middle Tennessee State, so I don't think they're anything to play with. With that being said, yes. Let me ask you this question, Rob. What's the spread in this game?
I want to say the spread is, let me see. I think it's over almost 40 points again, I believe. I want to say it's almost 40. Working on it. But, yeah, it's a hefty spread.
I probably should have asked him this before we went live. So that's
either way. No, neither here nor there. It's a metric ton.
Regardless, we're not covering it. To all the cappers out there that want to get in on the gambling, we're not covering the spread. This is me telling you, we're not covering the spread.
You might see that on 3-and-out. You never know. You never know.
Right. But yeah, man, I'm really excited. Week 2, get to see more games, get to see more dogs playing games. I do want to say this. I felt this way coming into this season, but now to really see it from week 1, hoping to see it week 2, you're going to watch Georgia pretty much play their entire fucking roster again.
I agree.
Which I think is great because that gives everybody in-game reps. Those guys that are like 3rd or 4th in the rotation, guess what?
Mm-hmm.
They'd be able to go back to when they played, do a what is it called? A memory recall, one of those things. But
something like that, I think.
You're still looking at, getting guys in position to get out there and play. And you never know who these live reps can help. Maybe a backup quarterback, maybe a backup DB. It's all stuff to keep in mind.
No, I agree. I think, you brought up the backup quarterback. I think it's good to see that, though, right? Because you look back to Marshall, we were able to get Puglisi over a full quarter of game reps, right? I think you have to do that again because you need the reps. But at the same time, if we look outside of the quarterback position, right, I expect on defense, Keon, we're going to see a ton of rotation anyway. I don't expect nothing to change there. I do, however, think how we attack offensively should change. Now, we also have to kind of be mindful of what they're planning to do, right, schematically, right? Because Marshall, we really didn't know too much, right? So they come out in a 3-high. They cover, they do like a 3-high bail, right? We didn't see a lot of vertical shots in week 1. I'm going to make a statement here. One of my keys to victory and what I want to see more so than anything, I want to see us attack the field vertically. I think you need to take shots. I think you need to be aggressive. I want to see that. But at the same time, I also understand if you were looking at a devil's advocate situation, you have Tennessee coming up. And I don't think you're going to want to sit there and give them anything. So you're in the middle of things, but I would just love to see us attack the field vertically. That's just me, though.
Yeah, I'm definitely there with you. I'm hoping to see some down the field shots as well. Do want to let the world know that it is allergy season. So if you have allergies, I am here with you suffering.
We are with you. We are with you for that. Hell.
Absolutely.
No. By the way, so FanDuel doesn't. I don't even think they have the Georgia spread for this game.
Pretty smart, honestly. I mean, we're not covering the spread, bro. We're just not doing it.
It's hilarious. I mean, we know that. I don't think you see I don't think you see us do that. But Keon, going into this game during the week, Kirby goes up into a press conference, like one of his in-week press conferences, talked about giving up the touchdown against Marshall. Right? Did you hear what he said about that?
No,
If
what
not,
did he say?
so he was talking about it. Right? Obviously, we gave up the touchdown right to the reserves. To paraphrase, he would rather give up, risk giving out the shutout, right? He'd give up the shutout here instead of giving up a touchdown next year with the ones and twos again in the SEC game. And when it resonated to me, I thought that was I thought that hit home.
But see, that's exactly why
Long term,
you
it's a
play.
long term game.
Yes, it is. But see, that's exactly why you play your whole roster. So when you get deep in the SEC play, and if somebody goes down, excuse me, the entire fan base isn't like, oh shit, who the fuck is this guy? It's, oh shit, he finally gets to play. So it's Kirby's thinking 3 steps ahead, and nobody's taking a first step type thing. So I get it.
No, I mean, and I think there's something here too. And I need to ask you this. This is a good question. I'm going to let you start it off. What do we need to see from Georgia this week? I think obviously a win, right? I'm not going to say
A
we're
win,
100% locked, but
execution, you got to get out there and execute. Offense, defense, just do your job, man. I mean, it's not like we're gonna beat this team. Like that's my thing. Like we're going to beat them, but it needs to look a certain way. We need to get back to winning a certain way, things looking a certain way. So that's the primary focus. What about you?
well, I think one, like I said it earlier, I want to see us take shots vertically, right? I think you need to get prepared for that, right? Noah Thomas with 1 target last week. I think it was partially schematically, but I would have loved to see some some competitive balls. But it's one of those things where if you're trying to play to win, you're trying to play to right understand what's give 3 high bells, not the best time to be taking deep shots. If you remember the 2-minute drill to end the first half, if you look at it, we're just verts. Like it feels like playing college football 26, just spamming 4 verts. There's a reason why the check down to the running backs were so effective, right? The check downs, right? Zachariah Branch touchdown for 47 yards last week was a check down. I want to see if what they give us for 1, 2. I want to see us take shots, right? I'm not gonna be mad at Gunner Stockton for that. If you're gonna do that right there and keep moving the chains, not gonna necessarily be mad about that, right? But if you can take a shot, especially in these types of games, see what you can get and then take shots vertically and build that confidence up, I'm all for that though. But outside of that though, I'm also just kind of thinking too, do we keep the running game? Do you keep running the ball like we did? Part of me thinks so. We preached about it all off season, Keon. We need to run the football.
Yeah, and I think you see that. And that's the primary focus right there. I think that's the main thing that we really lock in on. We key in on the running game this year. So I do think that we keep running the ball.
Yeah, I mean, let's make a quick prediction here. The victory, I feel like I'm not going to say it's a guaranteed lock because we've seen other teams lose, And listen, them beating Middle Tennessee State is more impressive than you realize probably.
Right.
Like as an FCS school to beat Middle Tennessee State, we look at Middle Tennessee State and this is like, but for them, that's a step up in competition. So them upsetting them, they've got some confidence too. But Georgia's just too deep. Georgia's just too deep, right? Just way too deep, too talented for that. And elite teams make sure to put these games out of reach early, right? We talked about it here, Keon. get everybody involved, get the reps, right? Juan Gatson kind of hit or miss on maybe going. Honestly, I think you need to start him, right? Be careful with him though, because right, I think when you go, we got Tennessee after this matchup, so you don't want to. You're in that kind of fine line where you don't want to risk playing him and getting hurt or making it worse, but you're probably going to need that rep because he's a freshman. He's a freshman, so you get that right there. But again, on defense though, Keon, I want to see us cause even more havoc plays. I want to see even more havoc plays. Linebackers, I thought linebackers did a fantastic job flying to the football, right? Roaming free. Credit to the defensive line for giving them the opportunity to roam and do what they needed to do. I need to see more of it. I want to see us get home a little bit more though too, right? I think against Marshall didn't really get a sack statistically. Looked like we did though with Raylan and whatnot, but I just want to see us get home a little bit more, right? So
absolutely.
And Star Wars. What is going on? Welcome in, sir. Welcome in.
Also, want to tell y'all if you're catching Thursday night football for the NFL, current score is 24, I believe 24-20, if I'm correct. Currently in a rain delay. Doppler radar shows Lincoln Field getting smacked with a major thunderstorm, so they got them on a delay here.
Yeah,
football season is really back, baby.
Yeah, so is Jalen Carter getting suspended. Holy shit,
man!
My god, that was wild. That was wild.
Yeah, got kicked out the game before the game even began.
But you can't be spitting on people though. Like you just
can't. No, that's crazy. That's insane.
Listen, there's disrespect in there spitting on somebody. Like,
right.
Whew, not a good look, but hey, if they lose the game, that's the easiest scapegoat right there, unfortunately.
Right.
But it's just I don't necessarily like it. I know you're an NFL guy, so I know you have. So it doesn't have an impact on you just yet, but the winner and loser does though, because it's a divisional game for you. Well,
NFC
in regards to them, obviously, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, though, Keon, I want to ask, we kind of talked about what Georgia has to do, right? We kind of assert our dominance, really. What does Georgia have to do to make sure that Austin Peay can't stay in this game? What does Georgia have to limit? What do you think Austin Peay has to do?
Score early and often. Georgia has to score early and often and keep them out the end zone. I mean, yet again, the defense truly has to show up to play and yet again have to be firing on all cylinders. That's the biggest thing.
And listen, this is no disrespect to Austin Peay, but this almost feels like a preseason game, if you will.
Right.
I'm looking at it right now. Like I said, I want to see us get home, but I think you need to keep them in easy to predict situations, right, on offense.
Right.
You don't want to give them third and short, right, third and medium where they can kind of go either or. Make it obvious, right? Make it easier for yourself to go in there and get those situational reps in, because if, like, for instance, if Dalen Everett's playing and we get on a third and long early, maybe second drive, however, maybe second drive, right, give or take. Maybe you see Dalen Everett pop into star. Maybe we see that, right, what we talked about, where you have that situation of Ellis, Dalen, and Daniel, or excuse me, David, on the field at the same time. But I think at the same time too, it's so wild because Georgia's at this spot, Keon, where I feel like we're so deep at the cornerback spot. Even aside from Dalen Everett, you could do David and you could put Ellis, right? Daniel Harris. You could put Daniel and Ellis, and then you can do Dominic Kelly and Andre Evans too. But obviously with Dalen, it just makes it even harder. The potential there is going to be insane. Keon, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna make a prediction. I think we get a pick on this game finally.
I do too. I do believe it.
If you had to pick, though, who would it be?
Ellis Robinson.
Damn it, you took it. I don't know if I want to do devil's advocate just to be spite and pick somebody else for entertainment. I definitely think that could happen. And I'll probably have to do that. But even though Dominic Kelly, by the way, Dominic Kelly was close. If you watched him play, even to be a reclass, right? He's a reclass, by the way. He's 17, I think. No Ryan Williams over here, though. But 17 years old, he was strapping Marshall receivers down.
Yep.
Not saying the two starters don't, but if I had to say, I think the sleeper pick for a pick, Dominic Kelly. So I might go with that just to see, just for fun on a prediction. Keon, look, we're not going to waste people's time. Right? This is a game where you come in here, you win the game, right? Stay healthy, right? So let's do this. Let's do a quick rapid fire, okay? Let's do a quick rapid fire. You go first. I'll go second. And we're going to go through our rapid fire, and then we're going to get into 3 and out. We're going to wrap it. This is our wrap up for the preview. It's very quick, folks, very quick. But we'll get started with we're just going to sit there and go with it, all right? So rapid fire. Are you ready, Keon?
Yep.
All right. Leading passer.
Gunnar Stockton.
I think Gunnar as well. I think Gunnar has to do it to get out of the game. Leading rusher. This is where it gets fun. Leading rusher.
Nate Frazier. Also another situation where he has to do it to get out the game.
I get a feeling. I'm gonna say Peanut, and I'll tell you why. As much as I want to say Nate Frazier, by the way, going into a TikTok live video and basically saying, because this dude was basically glazing him up, right? He was like, "Man, you crazy? I play like shit. I played 47 yards, man. Like that ain't good. Like I'm not that good." That mentality right there tells me he's about to bust out for a big ass game. I'm just going Peanut, dude. I think Peanut's blend of speed and the fact that he can break some tackles now, that is a problem. It's about to happen because if he has another game like this, Keon, I'm telling you,
he's going to be our. If he has another game like this, he's our number 2. He's our 1-2 punch with Nate Frazier.
Yeah, I think that sealed the deal. All right, so leading rusher, I've got Peanut. You've got Nate Frazier. Leading receiver.
Zachariah Branch. Yep.
Yeah, it was such a good game. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go.
Colby Young. There it is.
No, I think Noah Thomas has a breakout game. Welcome to Athens game on some deep shots. I think it can happen. The interesting thing though, man, we saw obviously the statistics had Zach with it, right? I think he had like 3 catches for 97 yards, almost at 100. What was surprising though, Keon, the deep shot that we really took early wasn't to anybody, but it was to Talon Taylor.
Yeah,
which kind of speaks volumes to what they can see him doing on the field,
man.
But I've got Noah Thomas. I think Noah Thomas can catch some 50-50 balls and go from there. Who has the most touchdowns?
Noah Thomas. Yeah.
I'm going to go Nate Frazier on this one. I think Nate Frazier gets it in and we get a couple goal line touchdowns early. Let's see. Leading tackler. We'll switch to defense. Leading tackler. What if I told you Zion Branch? Zion Branch was a leading tackler last week.
Yeah, I believe it. I'll give it to one of the linebackers. I'll say either Justin Williams or Chris Cole. Because C.J. Allen and Randall Wilson are not going to play much.
I mean, I don't know about fair maybe, but I liked what I saw from Randall Wilson, by the way, too. And so I want to see that continue against Austin Peay. If for my leading tackler, though, I got to do it. I'm going to actually go with Raylan Wilson, by the way. I'm going to go with Raylan Wilson. Any sacks? Who leads in sacks if we get them?
I'm gonna say Elo.
Okay, Elo Mendoza. I'm gonna go Gabe Harris. I think Gabe Harris. Actually, do I want to go with Gabe? Chris Jones looked really good, by the way. Really good. Really fast. Really fast. Quintavious' avatar, I expect him to be. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna go Gabe Harris. Interception you called for Ellis. I called Dom Kelly. Yeah, I think that's it. Do we have a special teams touchdown? Bold prediction.
Nah.
You don't think so? I know we almost had it. We almost had it.
I'm gonna say no.
But no. I'm gonna make the bold prediction, Keon. I'm gonna do it. We get that touchdown. I think Zach Branch can be electric, and we get it. The only problem, you have to hope. Okay. You have to hope and pray that they kick it to him with enough time to run. Just saying. How's the first touchdown scored?
Zachariah Branch.
Zachariah Branch. I'm assuming screen catch.
Yep.
I'm going to say a Nate Frazier run in.
Okay.
I think that's all we've got for the preview, Keon. Any final thoughts before we wrap up the preview? What you got?
Come out of this game healthy. Get the win and come out healthy.
I agree. I think you need to do that for the game up in Knoxville too. I think you got to do that.
The Philadelphia Eagles and Dallas Cowboys game is now back underway.
All right, there you go. There you go. Keon, that's all we've got for this preview. So make sure, folks, to stick around because right now it is time for this week's episode or edition, if you will, of 3 and Out.
Straight to it. Welcome to 3 and Out, where you are going to get 3 teams, 3 games, where you believe that we are going to hit or we are out. 3 and Out. Rob, go ahead and kick us off. Who's going to be the first team 3 and Out?
Well, first things first. We've got to let our guy Caleb get his pick in. So we're going down. We're going to go Vanderbilt money line. Got to find that Vanderbilt money line for him. Let's find it. Let's see where we at. There we go. We're going to put that right there for Mr. Caleb. Now, for me, if you will, I'm looking at these games right here. I see South Florida plus 17.5. I think that's a very interesting one, Keon. I really do. But if I had to go with one, it's going to get very interesting here. I think for me, I'm going to go with Ole Miss. I'm hitting the points here. I don't necessarily like Kentucky's offense, even at home. I know Ole Miss doesn't travel that well, but I just get this feeling that Kentucky is a really, really, really bad football team. At 8.5 points, I think they can win by 10 at least. So
that's fair.
So give me Ole Miss and the points. What about you?
Okay. Scroll up.
What game are we looking for?
Give me actually Oklahoma versus Michigan.
You want to go Oklahoma, Michigan? Let me scroll down. Oklahoma and Michigan. What do we have? Let's see. Oklahoma, Michigan. Did I pass it? Must have. There we go.
There it is.
So Michigan is a 5.5-point dog on the road. Kim, what are you going to choose, my man?
Well, I got Oklahoma winning it, but I also got them covering the spread.
So you have Oklahoma at -5.5. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
All right, there we go. So 3-leg parlay. Now, because we're using FanDuel here, we're going to use the profit boost again. We're going to do our profit boost here. We're going to wager 10. So as you can see here, $97 potential, right? 97 potential there. So we're going to add that to it. And we will do just that. So there you go. That has been done. There we go. Keon, I want to talk to you about it. Now that it's over, it's been placed. We wait, right? We wait.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, how do you feel about the other picks? I think that Vanderbilt money line is very intriguing, though, to be honest.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so many realms of opportunity there. I did think you kind of played it safe saying Vanderbilt money line, though. Not gonna lie to you.
Well, technically, they're on the road and they're actually a dog. So, I mean, were there any other games that you thought about? Because I was thinking about that Duke Illinois.
Nah, I'm not touching that one. I feel like that's a close one to call.
It's gonna be
I can see where either team wins it, honestly.
Well, see, I know that you hit last week, right? So you took the LSU money line and hit. Me and Caleb fell through. So, hearing what you had to say, I know you took the big game there. Do you trust Mateer, or do you think Bryce? Or what are your thoughts on that game, though?
I don't believe
with the points, with respect to the points.
I don't believe that a true freshman is about to come in here and beat a Brett Venables defense. I think if John Mateer can fog a mirror, they're going to come in and beat them and cover that spread. I don't think that's a difficult one at all.
There you go. No, I think it'll be interesting to watch for sure. But I think, I'm looking at mine and Ole Miss, right? I think Ole Miss on the road, we've seen that they don't travel well. But again, that Kentucky team just doesn't shock me as a team that's going to be any good, right? And also that now that I'm thinking about it, I was looking, maybe UNLV money line might be a good play too for anybody looking at that, because I think they're a dog as well. So obviously we've put ours in. Let's see. What about this Arizona State Mississippi State game? 6.5. Arizona State is a favorite in Starkville.
I mean, that could be another good one. I'm not necessarily sure on that game, to be all the way honest.
I think you can get tricky. Those Cowboys are a pain in the ass.
Absolutely.
Check this out. UNLV is a 2.5-point underdog at home to UCLA. I'm sorry, but UCLA looked god awful last week. God awful.
Absolutely.
I can't trust Nico in that team. He cannot read the defenses still. Like, it's just, listen, Tennessee got the best end of that trade, and it showed early. I'm just going to leave that there.
Actually, I was wrong. The game will actually resume at 11:30 Eastern.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, no, dude, they're getting smacked like with bad weather.
Hard rain.
Hard.
Fair enough. Keon, I think that's all we need for this one, folks. You saw it, right? We posted it up. Listen, remember, just a reminder that anything that we win at the end of the season gets donated to our guys over at Bulldogs battling breast cancer. So, we encourage you. Maybe if you win something, maybe give a little bit of a donation over there to Dwight and the folks there at BBBC. Doing a good cause, man. Just want to let people know about that. And with that being said, that was our 3 and Out for week 2.
Yes, sir. Let's jump into the picks, my man. What you got? Who's the first one? Who's on the docket?
Hold on. Hold, we gotta take some. Hold on. So we got some comments. Austin Peay got a fire logo. Thought it is a nice logo though, ain't it? It is a pretty nice logo. Star Wars Dog says y'all coming on the show Saturday night. Probably not me, sir. But maybe Keon. I don't know. Maybe Keon. Depends. We'll figure that out. I'm sure we can see what happens, but we'll have to see. But Keon, I think it is time, sir. It is time for the week 2 edition of DGD Game Day Picks.
Let's do it.
All right, folks. It is time for week 2. But before we begin week 2, we have to recap week 1. On the screen for those that can see this, right? We are 10 matchups. Went with the stray dog here for myself. I picked Auburn to beat Baylor, and I was right there. TCU as well, stray dog there. Georgia Tech hit, right? South Carolina won, Tennessee won, LSU. Florida State with the upset of the week, probably upset of the year to this point for sure, beating the Roll Tide there. Tide got rolled out of Tallahassee, if you will. Miami, Ohio State, obviously Georgia rolled against Marshall. That leaves after week 1, right? You're looking at the Brigade with a 3-7 record. Caleb's got a 4-6 record. Keon, you went 5-5, and I went 7-3. Which means right now I'm in the leaderboard by 2 points. Got 7 points. Keon's got 5. Caleb's got 4. It's time for the week 2 now. While you're at it, if you're in the comments, let us know who you're picking with us. All right, how will we pick these matchups? First one on the slate. We talked about it early. UCLA traveling to Las Vegas. Dan Mullen and the UNLV Rebels there. The panel has spoken. Yep. Clean sweep. Everybody's got UNLV. No trust in Nico, huh? No trust in Nico. Sorry, that team around him is not good either. It is rough. It is rough. And I'll tell you another reason why UNLV can win this game too. They can run the ball very well too. They got a good running back. I don't know if you saw him. He can run the ball though. When I look at this though, everybody was starting to laugh at UNLV at week 1, pulled away and won the game. Week 2, they played in week 0, might add, excuse me. So week 1 comes around, look a whole lot better. A whole lot better. So keep that in mind there too. We move to the second matchup. Vanderbilt on the road, Lane Stadium, Enter Sandman taking on Virginia Tech.
And
Keon, the panel's not a clean sweep. Not a clean sweep. The Brigade in the poll has Virginia Tech at home. I think they like what they saw from VTech again in the loss to South Carolina, it seems. We've got Vanderbilt. Listen, I think Pavia wins that game. I think the experience matters there a lot. What would you agree or not?
I definitely agree. I don't know anybody on Virginia Tech's roster. I'm going to be all the way honest. There was Tootin that was there who went to the draft.
I think he transferred out, didn't he? Yeah.
No, I thought he went to the draft. I thought he got drafted.
Oh, maybe. I think he did. Well, you got Drones as a quarterback, which he's not terrible at all.
Yeah, I think that's Ward's cousins.
Yeah, I think Virginia Tech really was not a bad football program. I think there was a couple plays in the fourth quarter that kind of separated that game between them and South Carolina.
Absolutely.
Might be the reason why the Brigade picks that, though. Just being honest. We move to the third matchup. Border War, Keon. Kansas versus Mizzou. The panel spoken. Brigade going stray dog here. Picking Mizzou. Everyone else, all of us have Kansas in the upset. Keon. I think the key to the upset is Jalen Daniels.
Yep. That's the only player I know on their team as well. They got a whole new
Well,
roster over at Missouri.
well, see, I have the experience there, but Bo Pribula, led Mizzou to a huge win. But I think this Kansas team has been playing some really good football. And I know it's probably not nobody really like to bat your eyes with, but they've been playing fairly well, and it looks like they're playing cohesive football. That can be a problem. And experience on the road. Listen, I think the Kansas folks, being more regionally tied with recruiting, are going to take this rivalry a little bit more serious. It's going to mean a little bit more to them than, the Mizzou teams that are basically littered throughout the Southeast. It may not care about that rivalry as much. Stuff like that matters in these kind of rivalry games. Just weird feelings about it. But, yeah. We've got Kansas. The Brigade has Mizzou. So I guess we will find out who wins. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Oklahoma State going to Eugene. The Brigade has spoken. It never was in question. Oregon should roll in this one. The fact that Oklahoma State is like almost a 28-point underdog in this game,
it makes sense
insane to me. It's insane to me because fair. I'm just saying it's just wild to think almost 28-point underdog. It's crazy. You don't typically think Oklahoma State being that far. That's just me though. We move to the next matchup. Iowa State, another good rivalry in week 2. The panel has spoken. Caleb going straight dog here with Iowa State. Everyone else going Iowa. Keon, I need to know what made you think Iowa over Iowa State.
They got a quarterback that can actually throw the football, and they have a good defense.
You think they can throw a forward pass?
Absolutely. What about you?
I think they can run the ball. I think their defense is straight. I need to see them pass the ball more though. But if you can force Rocco back to make some incomplete or some picks or whatever, some turnovers, I think Iowa can do it. I think Iowa can do it even on the road. It's going to be a tall task, but guess we'll have to find out and see what happens. Illinois. Keon, Illinois. Almost a top 10 team, might add.
I know we're split on this.
Going to Durham with Mensa there, man. Mensa at quarterback. Darian Mensa at quarterback. Does it matter? Let's see what the panel says. I'm straight dogging it. I've got Duke in the upset. I think Duke's – listen, you can tell me what you want and how Duke struggled against Elon in the first half. However, they also ended up with 45 points. So that means they can be explosive. Give me Duke. I think Duke at home, listen, Illinois' offense ain't that bad. I promise you that. I just get this feeling this is the upset that Duke needs. And honestly, my prediction here, Duke wins. It really starts up the hype for Mensa for Heisman. Watch. You heard it here first. Yeah, this one's going to be fun. South Florida coming off of a just dismantling of Boise State, top 25 team, going to Florida and taking on DJ Lagway.
We're all going to look like geniuses or we're all going to look stupid with this one?
We got Florida. Everybody's picking Florida on this one.
We all might look like geniuses or we all might look stupid at the end of this.
This one's going to be those ones. I think South Florida and that quarterback, Brown, I think is his name, can really give that defense. We're going to see what Florida's defense looks like early. Because keep in mind, they've got South Florida this week. If I'm not mistaken, they got a trip to LSU looming. So have fun with that. Because you got to keep in mind, he's like 245 pounds and can run.
Right.
That is not a fun person to tackle. I can guarantee you, especially when they're running downhill. It's going to be interesting to watch that game. It's going to be very interesting. We'll see what Lagway looks like. See if they can score more, or if maybe Florida's defense steps up and stops Brown. We'll find out. But right now, everybody's rolling with the Gators. And I guess we're just going to have to see what happens. I guess we'll just have to see. Here we go. Ole Miss, Kentucky.
We all took Ole Miss.
Keon took the Thunder, but yes, we did. I don't think there's a question. We're either going to look common sense, or we're going to look silly and have to ask questions here.
No,
but
I think Kentucky's the worst team in the conference this year for sure. Them and Mississippi State
because you
are
got
the
Mississippi
worst.
State.
Yeah, them and Mississippi State are down there high-fiving each other at the bottom of it.
Hi, guys, we made it. Fair. All right, so obviously we end with the Dogs, but the game of the week, Michigan versus Oklahoma in Norman. The panel has spoken. Oklahoma in a close one, in my opinion.
Boomer.
Oklahoma in a close one. I'm not saying it. I'm not finishing it. JP and Trav, my guys over there. Sorry, but I'm not doing it. I'll let him finish it. See, it's despicable because he's from Texas too, but he ain't a Longhorns fan, so it's okay.
Nope.
You see what I did there? And with that being said, the final game day pick of the week, Austin Peay Governors, Georgia Bulldogs in Athens, 3:30 ESPN Plus.
Wait a second. Their mascot is the Governors?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to beat the shit out of these guys, man. Like,
the panel speaks and agrees. Keon, I don't know. Again, FanDuel doesn't even have a spread that I've seen for that. Don't expect Georgia to cover, if you will. I would bet Georgia, or I would bet Austin Peay to take the points. Keon, I'm going to make a bold prediction on this game. You might get your first 60 burger in the season.
We're going to beat this shit.
Listen, I think Georgia can get – I think Georgia cracks 60 points. Probably, maybe – I'm going to say they crack – I don't know if they go 63. I think they go 60. I think they hit 60 on the dot. I think they get 60 on the dot.
Absolutely. I could see it.
We'll see. That game, again, we talked about it earlier, but I'm telling you right now. Well, if that is the case, though, Keon, that may cover the spread. I don't know what the spread is, but wait a minute. This definite troll of the night right there. Austin Peay in the upset. If that happens, people are going to come here and look at this man and be like, what'd you do? What'd you do? Just leaving that there. But, yeah, Georgia's about to dismantle Austin Peay.
Absolutely.
Them. And that, my friends, is week 2 college game day picks. Star Wars, you got it right in there, by the way. Got him. Yeah, don't see that happening in the upset, Keon. Just don't think that's going to happen. But other than that, though, any final thoughts before we wrap up the show?
Get the win. Leave healthy. That's it. Play everyone.
Get ready. Yep. And then get ready for that trip up to Knoxville.
That's it.
Listen, I encourage people, listen, we understand. I know how this Georgia fan base works. This game right here, you're going to have half the fan base is not even going to care in the world. They probably won't even bat an eye about this prediction show. So what I want to challenge folks like Kirby challenges the fan base. Like this, share this, and force this down people's throats. Like Georgia's about to force the ball down the throat of that Austin Peay defense because we're going to run for like 300 yards. What? Yeah, we might we might have 500 yards of total offense. Do you think that's possible?
It could be, bro. I'm not going to lie to you.
I think if I have to say it though, I think you see us run for like 450 on a fair number. If you get 500 yards of total offense, the score is going to be stupid. It's going to be silly. Just going to leave that there. But yes, again, like, follow, like, subscribe, rate us, review us when you're listening on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I challenge everybody to, like I said, drop the score prediction in this, right? You stuck to the end of it. Drop a score prediction. And I challenge you to share this out to your friends and have them do the same. I want to see some good numbers on this. I want to see you. I want us to challenge you, because we had situations, Keon, where Marshall, you didn't have half a segment of the fans or the students didn't even show up the whole game. Can't let that happen. Can't let that happen. So I challenge you to like it and share this out and get the word and let people watch this preview. But with that being said, Keon, I'm good on words. Are you good on words?
I am good on words, man. Let's get this dub. Let's end it out healthy, and get ready for
Start
Tennessee.
conference play.
Yeah.
Remember, 3:30 ESPN Saturday, ESPN Plus, excuse me. So Make sure you got that streaming service, because you know damn well that you can get to watch it on ESPN Plus, 3:30, Georgia, Austin Peay. That's all we've got. Do what Star Wars says, like and subscribe. It's free, folks. That's all we've got. We'll catch y'all next time. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.